Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Inshallah, everyone is well. I'm going to be reading today from the book Submission, Faith, and Beauty. So, from the introduction, Islam is nothing new. It's a reaffirmation of the one truth that's always been and will never cease to be. There's no deity but God. La ilaha illallah. This is the axis for not only the religion, but for the whole of existence. To know and live this reality is the birthright of every human being. It brings peace, contentment, and nobility. Passionate predilections, conceits, and ignorance can, however, blind us to the truth, such that we become forgetful and heedless, putting vanity and falsity in its place. Despite the transgressions of human beings, reminders of this truth were periodically sent to humankind through the infinite mercy of God. These reminders were sent in the form of messengers or prophets who brought the revelations through which we are again reminded that truth is one, that all is created through this truth, and that our joy, contentment, and salvation lie in living in accord with this truth. This truth is encapsulated in the first half of the testimony of faith spoken by Muslims. I testify that there is no deity but God. In many English-speaking societies, this truth is often misunderstood and mistaken for a type of paganism, largely due to a simple linguistic barrier. Muslims most often refer to God using the Arabic name Allah, which is a proper noun that designates the incomparable creator of the heavens and the earth. Many non-Arabic speaking people mistakenly assume that Allah is the name of a deity who is distinct from the Abrahamic traditions of Judaism and Christianity, simply because they hear the word Allah used instead of the word God. This false assumption is refuted by the fact that both Arab Jews and Arab Christians also refer to God as Allah. The name Allah is the Arabic equivalent for God, and both terms can be interchanged synonymously. Because this book was prepared for readers versed in the English language, the word God will be used throughout except where Arabic terminology is specifically required. The word Islam can be translated into English as submission. Contrary to the negative connotations of the word in common English usage, the meaning of submission as it pertains to Islam is the act of recognizing the oneness of God. This submission is most often thought of as an act of bearing witness that there's no deity but God, although this is only its most elementary manifestation. To bear witness with one's tongue and mind to God's oneness is but the first step toward inner unification, wherein the dispersed elements of the soul are unified in the drive to realize the immutable truth and to live in accord with it. People who practice the religion of Islam are known as Muslims. The word Muslim can be translated into English as one who submits. Muslims believe that the last of God's revelations to humanity is the Quran, which was revealed by God to the angel Gabriel, may Allah bless him, to the Prophet Muhammad, may God send prayers and peace on him, over a 23-year period. Belief in the Prophet Muhammad's status as a prophet, and by extension, the soundness of the revelation of the Quran, is affirmed by the second half of the testimony of faith. And I testify that Muhammad is the messenger of God. For Muslims, the text of the Quran is the eternal and immutable word of God that has been preserved in its original form and language for over 1400 years. Inshallah, everyone will be well until I see you all again. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.